welcome back to Olympus Critics. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. This is my review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I will say this, it won't be a long video. I'm not going to have like a 10-minute video. This will be some stuff that I did like about the film and I did dislike about the film. Now, what are my overall thoughts of the film? I think this is basically, this came close to probably being my favorite out of the three movies. Yes, I did say that. I didn't like the second one. I will not watch the second one. The first one, yes, it's pretty good. But this third one, I think I like this one out of the three. I really do. I think James Gunn hit a home run with this one. I enjoyed every bit of it. It had a balance, in my opinion, because I think he went over the top with the second film with the comedy. But the third one, I think we just got more story, especially with the rocket stuff. And I love what they did with Nebula. We saw her in Endgame, her development over the years. Nebula has really became one of my favorite characters to watch. And so, of course, Rocket, even Groot, even though we don't really hear him with, a lot of verbiage. He just says his lines, I am Groot, Star-Lord, Gamora, just this. This movie really solidified that as probably the best movie out of the three to me. And the villain, the guy, I cannot pronounce his name. I apologize. I know he was on Peacemaker. He was the best villain out of the three movies as well. And we don't know if he's technically taken out, dead. They need to bring him back because he really was menacing, creepy. This is something that we should have gotten Thor: Love and Thunder with Gore the God Butcher. He should have been creepy and all that and scary. This is something I'm sorry if I'm going after Taika Waititi. This is what you should have did with the Thor and Love and Thunder. We know you love your comedy, but you should have kept it at a balance. And he just poured all the comedy on that movie. And James Gunn, I don't know if he paid attention to the last film, like what a lot of people saying he was just focusing too much on the comedy. But this right here, this is okay. I can do this. You're gonna do Superman Legacy. I can believe this with you. Probably go a little bit with the serious, but you can have your a little bit of comedy in there. But with Superman, you got to go a little bit more with the seriousness. But he can do the little comedy stuff, just not like this. But he can pull it. I'm a little bit more excited for his Superman film after this movie because what he did with Rocket, you really felt for him. We saw it in the games, in the comics, what happened to Rocket, but you really was feeling it in this movie. What the High Evolutionary, what he was doing, how he was messing with Rocket, you can see he was traumatized by it. This was a pretty good movie. I love this movie. I'll have to watch it again. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect James Gunn to deliver such a good movie like this after the second film. That's shame on me, but he pulled it off. It just sucks that the MCU is at a decline right now, and this right here is the only home run movie that I can say they pulled off. I know a lot of people say, well, what about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever? I didn't like Wakanda Forever. That's just my opinion. If you did, kudos to you. But this movie here, everything I like, I just told you what I liked. What they did with Nebula, what they did with Peter, what he was going through, the loss of Gamora still was affecting him, and even Drax, and Mantis, the Mantis and Nebula, they kept clashing. Like you would see them clash in this movie, but they at the end you saw them start to respect each other. And just Nebula just doing all that for Rocket. The chemistry they had during Endgame that they built. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. They built a good chemistry during Endgame when all the Guardians were gone. It was just her and Rocket. Of course, she made a bond with a couple people on Earth as well. So that was good to see from Nebula. Gamora, it wasn't the same Gamora that Peter fell in love with, and that really was hurting him as well. But hey, overall, they gained to respect each other and go their separate ways. So I like that too. Now, I didn't like that nobody didn't bite the dust. I really did thought somebody was gonna get taken out, but I guess he didn't want that to happen. So I was a little bit shocked by that, but overall, this movie was pretty damn good. Now, my dislikes, there's one thing I didn't like. I didn't like what he did with Adam Warlock. Didn't like that. That was probably the only thing I didn't like about this movie. What he did with Adam Warlock. He was a goofball. He was stupid. In my opinion, Kevin Feige, they waited too long to introduce Adam Warlock. He should have been involved in Infinity War. He really should have. But I don't know what the decision was. They'll just keep him back. Will Poulter is a fantastic actor. I think he was not utilized enough in this movie, and I didn't like what they did with Adam Warlock. He was just there. He was stupid. In this character here, he's a powerhouse. Real talk. He can go, in my opinion, he can go toe to toe with Captain Marvel. But we'll see what they do with his intellect. Will his intellect grow over time? Hopefully I hope that happens. I hope they do not keep him in this dumb mode that they put him in. I hope his intellect grows over the next couple of movies and we actually get the Adam Warlock that's beast that we know of him. But overall, movie was good. Told you guys it wasn't gonna be a long review. I enjoyed a lot of this stuff of this movie. But post comments, let me know what you guys thoughts on this movie. Did you like it? If you did not like it, hey, it's all subjective. But if you think this was one of the best out of the three, hey, I'm with you. I do think this was the best out of the three. But post comments, let me know what you guys thought of this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.